Yeah, we're ready. Just say a bit, and then I'll say like, oh, it's been a great year. This is here to celebrate all the done. And you go, yeah, what a year it's been.
Can I say topped off by winning Student of the Year?
Yeah, you can say that.
Right, are we counting in, yeah?
Okay, yeah, my com just fell out.
Oh, no, it was Media Group of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. That's
Wait,
really
whoa,
good.
Whoa.
1, 2, 3, 4. Dragging it out so Meg can get her. 5.
Yeah. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am talking. I can hear you. Yeah. Okay, I can't hear.
How do my legs look?
That's fine. They're ready to go live.
Yeah, did it.
What's up?
There is a light on the camera.
Mhm.
We can hear.
Yeah, we can hear that. Hold. There's a 5-second transition to it.
Hello and welcome to YSTV. I'm Meg.
And I'm Will. Good evening.
Good evening, and we're here for the end of year live stream.
It's going to be fantastic. We're going to look back over what has been a cracking year for YSTV, topped off last week by winning Media Group of the Year at the USU Student Media
It was
Awards.
very, very exciting. Yeah, we've had an absolutely amazing year so far. I'm very excited for this evening. Are you excited, Will?
I am. I have to say, my position means I kind of am on the fringe of YSTV, so it's really great to see what you do the whole year, and to have this evening to look back at it completely is I think, going to be really valuable.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what we've got up planned for this evening. But first, let's have a little look back at everything we've done this year.
And we're at Freshers Festival.
4,408 of you cast a total of 34,897 votes.
Hi everyone, I'm Sophie Kelly. I'm the USU Activities Officer for this year. We're outside Salvo's on Monday night of Freshers Week 2021.
My name is Rebecca. I'm the president of the German Society.
DevSong, which is York's Game Development Society.
8, 7,
6, 5,
4, 3.
2, 1.
My name is Charlotte. I'm the president of Langford College.
Behind us, what on earth is going on? Is this one Trevor?
As you might be aware, that York is quite a historical city. Can you tell me when Vikings took over York? Do you know what USU is? Yeah, USU is the Students' Union.
You know what else is exciting?
Campus tonight.
That's right, tonight's indeed happened. Yes. Just a small town girl living.
Hi everyone, I'm Frankie and I'm your current York School Union President. I'm running for hopefully a second year in the role. That doesn't mean it's going to be business as usual.
Hi, I'm Phoebe. And I'm Timmy. And together we're running for UC Brave Officers.
Hi, my name is Rohan and I'm running for Activities Officer.
This means your votes have raised the massive £306 for charity.
Hannah Carley is elected.
Ben Durkin and Simon Pritchard are elected.
Congratulations, Darius.
Lee and Philippa are elected. Freya Atkins has met the quota and is elected.
Ellen Rintoul is our winner.
Anushka Swanov has gone past the quota and is elected. Jacob Bostock becomes our next international student officer.
Did you get elected?
Maybe a chill one for me. Got some cash next to. Actually, kind of glad nothing's going on for once.
What do you mean nothing's going on? It's roses.
What's roses?
Like the flower.
Sorry.
The flower? You need schooling.
How long?
Whether it's on our screens using a joystick, on the pitch using a hockey stick.
I am in Lancaster for Rosie.
Yeah, got
What's
it.
that out? His.
It's the meeting. 2, 1.
And we're back. That was an excellent array of events we've had on this year. We had a bit of, some of the reports. We've got some factual reports. We've got some summer ball. We did have some audio issues apparently. It's YSTV who's shocked.
I'm
But
saying nothing.
Yeah, don't. But yeah, alongside all those amazing events you just saw in that short VT, which we'll come back to chat a bit about later, there's actually something exciting upcoming.
Indeed, there is. Meg, you've been at the heart of YSTV this year. What has been your favouriteest thing to work on,
My favouriteest thing,
or your most
One of
favourite,
my-
perhaps? To use the
one
English
of my
language
most
correctly.
favouriteest, one of my most favouriteest thing must be something that we filmed this morning because it was a very exciting event. It was very exciting because we actually have some fresh content.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, there
I'm
we
as
go.
shocked as anybody. I'm actually cannot believe it. In this very room you see before you, we actually had the one, the only, Matt the Beard Johnston.
Matt the what, Johnston?
Matt the Beard, but Beard no more. If you don't know, Matt the Beard Johnston, our amazing academic officer, he's no longer bearded.
Matt Johnstone, I have to say, has been a staple of my time at York. When I joined in September 2020, he was the academic officer, and I sort of spent time interviewing him for URY, and then he's just obviously he stayed being the academic officer through the pandemic, and he's been still here. And I have never seen him like I saw him earlier today when he walked through those doors.
It was very shocking. I've just thought we have never, been at uni where there's not ever been a Matt the Beard.
This is true.
And what is next year going to be like? I think it's going to be difficult.
Well, we can only wait and see. Shall we find out a little bit more?
Yeah, we should find out about it more. Let's see him de-bearding Matt the Beard.
I'm Matt Johnstone. I'm the USU academic officer, and I have been for the past 2 years. I am here because we are shaving off my beard for charity. I am very nervous, but it's for a great cause, and we've raised some good money.
So I'm here today to watch Matt, our lovely academic officer, shave his beard. It's had for a very long time. So the money that we're fundraising, the Just Giving link is still open, is being split 50-50 between our beneficiaries and Teenage Cancer Trust. And it's a really good and really amazing thing for Matt to do, especially as he's about to finish his role as academic officer here at USU.
RAG is a brilliant tradition in universities in the UK where students raise funds which are distributed to good causes in the communities around them. And I think that's the crucial point for me. Students are massive contributors to the communities of the cities they live in. And I think this is one way of making it so real to ordinary people who sometimes don't understand what being a student is, what a university is. I think it brings it home to them.
4, 5,
Hi everyone, my name's
6,
Ellen and I'm
7,
this year's
8,
Raising and Giving Officer for
9,
USU.
10.
I think RAG's really important.
How many other languages
because
would you
it's a
like me
way
to
for
catch,
us as students to get
Could you
engaged with
give us
the
each a
whole,
word to say to Matt, and then count down from 3, and then we'll all say it on cue?
on our CV,
Because we can all hear you, but you can't, and it will be funny.
To experience experiences.
Well, all
and
the
also
same
to really
word. So,
enrich who we are.
okay, right, so we're all going to say that word. Did we hear that? Yeah. And then you count down from 3 and
The
we'll
last
say it.
time I shaved the beard off was the 22nd of July 2016. So almost 6 years of growth. And when I shaved it off then, it was also for charity. So it's becoming a bit of a trend now.
So an attempt was
Matt is a legend in this university. He has served 2 terms as Vice President for Education. Has been a great servant to students in that role, really nagging me quite a lot on various matters which he wasn't happy with, and often he was right.
I ran 3 campaigns to be academic officer. The first was unsuccessful back in 2019. And every time I've run for sabbatical officer position, I've run as Matt the Beard Johnstone, to the extent that actually we found out 2 days ago that my name in SUMS, our SU management system, is actually Matt the Beard Johnstone, because it was changed during an election cycle and then didn't automatically reset. So it's just been that for the past 3 or 4 years, and no one realised.
But throughout that time, he has been such a distinctive figure because of that luxuriant beard. And the opportunity to chop a bit off is just too good to resist.
So I checked it early this morning. We were at £606.
Yeah. So
I checked
after
it
we've had this chat,
half an hour ago. We were at £786. And apparently we're now over 800, which gives me a lot of hope we might hit 4 figures, and that would be amazing. I would encourage you first and foremost to consider signing up to a stem cell donor register. It's
so do I kick Matt
you can
off
save a life
at a certain point?
It's really, really important. Any adult aged between 16 and 61,
How's
I
he
think,
gonna get out?
can sign up. So please look into it. And secondly, if you're able to, please consider donating.
I'll just dive
even if it's a
and
small
then climb
amount.
under the cat.
Am I ready?
Yeah. I'll crawl under.
No, but also, why not? It's a whole new phrase, whole new meaning to attachment issues, in that it is attached at thousands and thousands of points.
Also, is this the last thing of the year?
Each one's going to hurt a little bit.
Okay, the big moment.
No, it's not. But if anyone else is.
Script number 1 coming off.
Did Matt say? No, I know we said 11, but what she said about what we're doing.
There we go. How about that? Fantastic. There we go. First strip off, Matt. How's it feel?
Cooler.
Long way to go. Who's going to tackle the really long bits?
Oh my goodness! It's gone! I've never seen your cheek before. it's so rosy and happy. I might just get rid of the whole.
Do it.
So I do it. Oh, God me. Whoa. Did you have the beard in first year?
Yep.
So I've not even seen you without.
Nope. 5 years. That actually feels really cool. It's quite breezy.
Thank God we've got some more. I was just telling Will. Thank God about that.
Yeah, I
You're too powerful, isn't it? You've got a perfect chunk out of that.
Brilliant. I'm great. I'm really just really great.
I'm going to clear the space open. Can I keep this?
No.
If you really want.
Don't.
Yeah, princess.
Sophie refused.
Right, chin up. Oh wow! This is really thick. Like,
It'll be fine.
that's so thick. Sorry. Ah! Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's like a proper chunk as well. So I try like do it like a proper lie. Oh, yeah. This is coming up now. How do you feel?
It's actually very breezy.
It's a really good time of year to shave. I still remember when we were spray painting beards in my shed 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was
The face.
Oh my goodness. This is
Hello.
the chin bit. This is the chin bit.
No.
What are we doing with the moustache, Matt? Is that going as well? I think Frankie wants to do the moustache because she can. No, I really don't. Do you not want to?
I wasn't volunteering to do it.
Does anyone want to do the tash?
You do it. But only half, remember?
Yeah, okay.
It's not like
I'll do that.
You do the make, yeah.
Stop sectioning me off.
But do it back. Going once, going twice.
Yeah, so they use that one.
Yeah, after him. All the things you've got in this job.
Yeah,
no, it's negative.
When I come to the valedictory speech at university, I'm going to mention this.
Okay, right. I feel like I made some progress there.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone want to take over? I feel like actually I could blunt that one myself. Wait a second. So I'm going to hold that for balance.
I just say, Frankie, do you want to do the last bit and then Carly, do you want to go back in and do the last?
Oh my goodness. You look so scared, Matt. Right. Oh my lord. It's really thick, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Drew it all myself.
I really wish we practiced it last night. Okay, look at us straight on that.
That's about as half as you probably get it.
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
I think, yeah. There's still a few stray bits on this side there.
Why are you doing this to me? It's for charity. And the right beneficiaries. And Teenage Cancer Trust. Don't forget to sign up to be a STEM donor. It doesn't take much effort, and you can save a life. And to donate, head over to justgiving/campaign/MattTheBeard. I don't want to go, but we need to go. I don't want to. It's for charity. Fine.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Matt. Thank you so much. I feel really bad.
It's entirely fine.
Right, now I go here.
The left camera is entirely a shot of Max's back. Good.
Press down on the screen. There you go.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give you really cool, like, what's the opposite of sidebands?
Burnside.
Burnside.
Agnes Burnside?
Give him a nice little trim around the side here.
Do you need me to turn my glasses on?
Great. There you go, that's fun. We got a nice little like straight line along here, and I feel like that looks really great.
I was here at the beginning and I'm gonna be here at the end. The alpha and the omega. Fingers crossed.
It's genuinely quite good thing, I think.
Can you put it on Twitter as well and tag it? Yeah. Get them all over.
Nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Let's get
Well,
do you want to go in there?
That's right, but I go forget about it.
Hi, how are you doing?
I am great.
Yeah, scale of 1 to 10.
Solid 11.
The remains of the task to go.
Tidy up on this side as well. Going in all different directions, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Name each direction after members of One Direction. 5 directions. Like different directions with your beard.
I enjoy that like last long strand from the chin, just kind of hanging on for the.
Just think, you'd have to pay someone to do this. In any other situation.
In fact, yeah, we're making lots of money from this. Just not for you, not for a
good cause. For a good cause. It's one of the best things I've ever watched you do. Do you want that last trick on your chin?
I need to.
Just a little strand.
Hello, Matt. There we go. I think you're being fucked over slightly here by the lack of mirror.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, it's gone now.
We've been sending an email to the legs.
Matt, you got a bit something there.
Bit more.
Like, just like.
There's a solid chunk just to the.
Just a bit to the. Yeah.
There we go.
This is still something.
And you've still got a little bit more just underneath that. If we're using a Philips razor.
Other razors are available.
Yeah.
Other razors are available, but we use Philips, and if they sponsor us, then we will say that other razors are not available.
Yeah.
That's true.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you feel? Look at the side of you on there.
Wow, thanks for that one. That one was really, thank you. Wow.
Give this that one. How do you feel?
Breezier.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's happened.
Yep.
How have you?
Huh.
What do you want to tell people who are watching to do?
Donations are, the Just Giving page is open until the 30th of June, which is Thursday next week, so plenty of time to get those end of the month payday donations in. Am I right?
No,
And we're back, and we are joined by Matt the Beardless Johnston.
Matt, you look great.
How do you feel? Oh, Matt the Egg Johnston.
Okay.
Oh, apparently I've just been informed, again, we are also experiencing, shockingly, some audio issues. Shockingly, some audio
Maybe
issues.
I should do this bit. Apparently, we're experiencing some audio issues. We can't hear Matt. Meg's mic's not working brilliantly, but...
But that's just because I'm very... Oh, here we go. This is amazing. Just any case also...
Well, this
YSTV,
is better, actually.
folks.
I was going to say...
YSTV... Wait, the mic should work now.
I was going to say...
All I'm saying...
That shot before...
Is the mic now on?
We need...
Matt is working. It's working.
But we need to see the chin in full display, so... Just for a bit, we'll just talk about it, and you can all look at it.
This is live television, folks.
Yeah, so Matt Johnstone, when was the last time your beard and your chin and let's face it, neck saw daylight?
About 6 years ago.
Ooh.
5 years and 11 months, give or take a day.
I would have been. That's older than child, apparently. I've been informed, but children. We would have been. I think we're the same
I went
age.
to what?
16. No.
12.
No.
14.
14.
There we go.
We're not mathematicians
Think about
here.
that. I hadn't done my GCSEs.
Yeah. I'd only just become a teenager.
I don't want to think about that, I'll be honest.
That is so
The little Will and Meg running around.
Yeah, that was me, age 18, yeah.
That's
Ah,
crazy.
boy.
So what we've learned here is that Matt is old and me and Will are young.
26 is no age.
24.
Oh, 24. Sorry. Do you know what happened 6 years ago? World events 6 years ago. Go.
World events 6 years ago. Terry Wogan died?
I can't confirm, but Brexit happened.
Brexit also happened in 20...
The beard.
Boris, not Boris.
Was it a result of Brexit?
But
The beard.
Actually, the Brexit result came out while I was driving down to the University of Oxford for an open day.
That was the 23rd of June. That was yesterday.
That was, yeah.
6 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I think there's somewhat interconnection between world events.
A month later, I just lost it.
Donald Trump, of course, won the election to become the president. Oh. You never guessed, Matt. You trying to guess what we've just been told?
Audio difficulties?
Audio difficulties.
In case you didn't hear that. Yeah. Oh, it's all
no,
fine.
they're back. And just in case, I hope that you all enjoyed my wonderful commentary over the video there. Because, of course, you know, when we're doing a really serious video about, you know, Matt shaving the beard for charity, you wanted to hear me, you know, chatting about my day. So you're welcome for that.
How was your day, Meg?
It was all right. I was here this morning watching Matt get a shave beard shaved off. I can't even talk now, let alone audio problems. It's quite nice. It was quite nice.
Now, you had it was a team effort, your beard shave.
This is the last time, Will, you're allowed in here. I'm blaming Will. We never have these issues otherwise.
That's not true. That's not true.
You
Shut
or
up.
Y are like, oh yeah, we'll come and help out, and now I've destroyed the whole studio.
I considered walking out there, but I don't want to make it about me, you know.
No, it's not about you. It's about the lack
Meg.
of. God.
Tell you what it is actually about.
Jesus Christ.
It's about the money that's been raised
Yes.
by Matt, the Beard did No More, John Stone.
Do you know how much it is?
2010, last I checked.
That is
That's
fantastic.
amazing. That is amazing.
Where's the money going?
So half of it is going to our RAG charities, which are Copperfield, Refugee Action York, and Student Minds, and the other half is going to Teenage Cancer Trust. And there's also like an overriding vibe of please consider signing up to a stem cell register, donor register, because you could save a life.
Amazing, amazing.
That's fantastic.
And you can still donate, or you can still sign up to everything. There's a link down below in the description. How long is it open until?
The Just Giving page closes on Thursday next week.
Amazing.
Okay, plenty of
and
time.
I think Charlie Jeffrey did say earlier his aim was 2,000. So I'm just saying, the people watching at home, you're the ones who can make that happen. So please check the link. And it's been great.
Yeah,
and a huge thank you as well to those that have already donated.
Yeah, massive thank you.
I was going to say before, it was a team effort. You mentioned Charlie Jeffrey there. Was he actually involved in the...
Yeah. Charlie was the first one to attack me with a razor.
Just tell us again what that was like.
That was...
I'm coming back to
Will's just casually going to sit next to you.
What was that like, having Charlie Jeffrey...
It was quite surreal.
Wait, hang on.
It was quite surreal.
Oh, we've just got a tech.
And what am I doing?
You were a tech.
I'm making a fool of myself.
Yeah, gosh, Will.
this
Basically,
is our-
shockingly,
our
we've had
helper.
audio issues.
This guy's auditioning to come and join the URY engineering team. And is impressing me greatly this afternoon.
Right.
That's not actually how you have to go about joining the URY
And I think
committee,
now
should
we
say.
can actually go back to the original question, which was...
What?
Charlie Jeffrey shaving the beard, what was that like?
Yeah.
Yep, no, that...
It's back.
Wait.
Like
that? Cool, okay. So, I mean, this is less about the XLR, probably more about the mic, but it's fine, right.
Someone's got one hell of a job editing all this together.
No, it's live, Will.
What?
We're live.
Great.
Come on, radio boy, you should be used to this, right? Come on.
You've been on my radio show. Right. Yes, where were we? Charlie Jeffrey, yeah. He'll love all this mention. Right.
Yeah, that was slightly uncomfortable for both of us. But it was for charity and it was fun.
Why uncomfortable?
It's just kind of weird to shave someone's beard.
Yeah. Is it to do with the fact that he's the sort of the figurehead of the university you've spent the last 2 years battling against?
That's what I think, you know, when you become a vice-chancellor, not that I would know, when you become a vice-chancellor, I feel like... No, this is what I'm saying. I've not got much experience, but I presume, I make the assumption that you do not think, oh, you know what I'm going to do as part of this job? Shave half a beard off and then sit and... Well, no, he didn't stay for the operatic section.
No, thankfully he left by that point.
I hope he's watching now and professionalism at its finest here and has seen the operatic section. How did that feel?
That was incredibly embarrassing. So Kelly Balmer almost called her Sophie Kelly. I'm so sorry. This is Lemon Press in action.
Yes. The Lemon Press are screaming at home.
But no,
They probably literally are.
Kelly Palmer just came up with that on the spot. I think she'd been thinking about it quite a lot.
She did. I can confirm.
Yeah. Which was quite a lot. Oh, here we go again.
Will's back. Will, tell us. Why did what? Oh no, can we not do an interview with Will? No, okay.
No.
We'll chat to Matt.
No, techies don't talk. They can't talk. It's fine.
They always wear high-vis jackets though.
Yeah, and hard hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their uniform.
Yeah.
I wish I was in shorts. Yeah.
Who else was there?
Frankie Riley did a bit of shaving. Ellen, our rag officer, also did a bit of shaving.
And Matt, how long did it take overall?
Oh, it was probably about an hour by the time we finished. I mean, I was in YSTV for over an hour, and it got really quite warm.
Never.
Imagine how tired I am, Matt. Just a bit warm in here. But yeah, I mean, it was a great time. I thought it went quite quickly. It was quite entertaining to watch. I'm not going to lie. A bit of behind-the-scenes content there.
Sorry, Meg, to steal the mic back. Just a question. Do you think, we've been experiencing a lot of heat recently. Has the removal of the beard improved how you're feeling with that?
I have felt a breeze on my chin and neck for the first time in 6 years, which has been really refreshing on a 25-degree day. So I'm seeing that as a silver lining to the whole process.
Matt, how have you found doing this, making your face like making your egg,
You like the egg?
the centre of this whole thing? It strikes me as something a bit out of your comfort zone.
Oh, very
crazy.
Yes, it's very out of my comfort zone. And normally I would sort of hide behind the beard a bit, but I can't do that anymore because we shaved it off this morning.
In case you didn't know.
In case you had missed that bit thus far.
Because the mics went dead.
It's all down to the audio.
But I mean, yeah, talking about how how weird it is. But I mean, let's go back to why you were doing it in the first place. How important RAG has been. Could you talk a bit about
raising and giving?
Yeah, talk a bit about raising and giving over the year and how important it's been to the university. Could you?
Yeah. So obviously, RAG makes up a fair amount of what USU does. A fair amount of what the colleges do. We raised how much was it? Almost $3,500 during the elections.
Yeah.
Because every unique voter meant 75p got contributed to charity. So it's really ingrained in what we do as a students' union, as a student body, and as a university. And I think that's not dissimilar from what the rest of UK higher education does. Obviously, York does it better than anyone else because we're York. Obviously, we do it way better than Lancaster.
Of course.
But yeah, it's also just a lot of fun.
No, definitely.
Especially when you can turn it into a fun thing like this. Fantastic. Matt, your time as a sabbatical officer is really very nearly over, isn't it?
Yeah, I have less than 7 working days left.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realise everything was coming soon. Yeah, we were saying we don't know what it's like to go to uni without Matt the Beard, so it's going to be odd. But what's some of the highlights of your 2 years as academic?
Self-certification this year was a big one. That was huge to get that passed before the start of this academic year. And it's going to be sticking around for the foreseeable future as well, which is my legacy.
Ooh.
I'm really proud of that.
Could you tell people what that exactly means in case people don't know?
Yeah, so years ago, in ancient times, pre-COVID, you had to get an extension or to defer an exam or to get a citizen for the first time for an exam, you had to submit a bunch of evidence along with a significant written statement about some kind of mitigating circumstance which would mean that you couldn't perform to your normal level. So that could be medical evidence, it could be death certificates were also accepted and encouraged in the case of a death. Yeah, it was a very lengthy process, and then COVID hit, and suddenly the university just wiped out evidence requirements from March 2020 for the rest of the academic year. I then managed to get them removed again in January 2021 after trying to get them removed for autumn 2020, but I failed there. Managed again for January 2021, while also working on this policy to get self-certification in, where you just click a button and you get a 4-day extension, or you can defer an exam. Obviously, it's quite risky if you defer an exam, because that means you have to take it in August, and if you fail it then your resit isn't until the following August.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you might end up having to take a leave of absence for a year.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a 48-hour bug that you couldn't get medical evidence for, then you can defer the exam. You wouldn't be in a state to perform well, and you probably couldn't get medical evidence from the GP, especially with wait times right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Matt, York is going to be without you.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, your legacy is going to live on. I know a lot of people that self-certification, I think a lot of people at the university positively affected by that. So it's going to be such a sad time, and I hope you enjoyed this bit of chaos.
Yeah.
To top it off.
Can we just finish? Matt without the beard, Johnstone, could you just lower your mic again and show our viewers
Let's just have a look.
your face? There we go. Beautiful stuff. Matt, thank you so much. Don't forget you can donate. There's a link below in the bio.
Yep, and thank you to everyone who's donated so far, and please continue doing so. Look, Beardless,
Indeed.
give money to that.
Now then, okay.
So we talked a bit about Matt having that bit of chaos to end on his thing, and we think we've got a bit more chaos for you.
Nice.
Have a little bit of a throwback to some freshers content from the beginning of the year. So let's go have a look at that.
Hi there, I'm Elise.
And I'm Joe.
And we're at Freshers Festival. Last year we didn't have one, the year before I didn't go, but we're finally here. Let's go. Let's go. So you know what the first things to a festival is, Joe?
Of course. We go and get a drink?
We are going to get a drink. What are you drinking?
Jägerbomb?
Yeah.
Jägerbomb.
No shame, there's no time. Feel the pain, live the grind. I could change in my mind. Pick a lane, commit and climb. The only way to win.
Down in one, guys. Down in one.
No, I'm not doing this down in one.
Down in one. Let's go. Ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Well, that was so difficult.
That was really good.
Max, how are you?
What do you mean?
Down in one.
Come on, down that in one.
Down in one.
Down in one.
Down in one.
Okay.
I didn't bully you until you chose to do that.
If I die.
You chose that. Max chose to drink his drink. Don't be like Max.
They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the daily.
And now we're at the top of Central Hall. Everyone gives a cheer. Very nice, very nice.
To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath. I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
And that was Freshers Fest.
Woo!
Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.
And we're back. That was great seeing some Freshers content, and we've been joined by some
of the stars.
I thought you said the staff. The staff. Yeah, you work in at the minute. I've never met. I've never met any of them in before in my life. We just found them on the street and asked them. Yeah, that's funny. I'm using that joke later, Liv. So let's have a bit of chat about our year at YSTV.
We should introduce who we've got.
Oh, that would be smart.
We've got Max. You are the production director.
The production director. Hello. Formerly head of presentation.
Yeah.
And formerly happy.
Beth is on the sofa. Hi, Beth.
Hi.
You're in charge of tech.
Yeah, I'm the technical director and I'm formerly the Dep of marketing.
Nice.
Yeah.
We've got Meg's buddy.
Meg's pal.
She's just a friend. Straight up.
The piglet to your poo.
You shouldn't call Meg poo.
Live television folks, Liv, you want to introduce yourself? I'm Liv, I'm the stage director. And I was the factual as well.
That's really funny.
Singular.
Whenever I've been with Megan, she's had to introduce everyone. She says, I'm one of the station directors. When it's Liv, I'm the station
No, Meg's the worst for that. Meg's the worst.
So these two are both in charge. And Joe on the end. Hi, Joe.
Evening, afternoon, hello.
What do you do?
Currently not a lot. I was station director for nearly 2 years before these two geezers took over, and it all went to pot.
You're all doing a great job of looking relaxed on the sofa. You've actually been running around.
I was going to say, all I'm saying is I've been stuck here presenting. I'm just saying it might have all been mixed if I was there.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Go on, you explain audio routing. You go do that.
No.
How has the year been then for YSTV?
Yeah. Summarise it.
Go on, Joe. I mean, it's been fantastic. As you can see, how many awards there in the middle we've got.
Too hard.
It'll fall apart.
Media Group of the Year.
Media Group of the Year. I mean, I think that kind of summarises it. It's been a fantastic year. First kind of year back in person after COVID. Back in person? Yeah, back in person. Following all of the stuff we had going on at COVID. So it's been great. It's been lovely.
Well, he's got roses in his hands. Was that one of your highlights?
Roses, in fact, was I think the highlight of the year. We had a fantastic Roses. I mean, if people don't know, I don't know why you're watching, but Roses is the competition between York and Lancaster sports competition that happens every year, and it's YSTV's biggest thing that we do. We did nearly 50 live streams in 3 days this year.
Crazy.
And it was possibly, we think, the best we've ever done covering Roses.
I will say the best we've ever done.
Some of the best we've ever done as a
collective.
Yeah,
I mean, compared to Roses Unlocked, it's...
Yeah. I thought that was brilliant.
Well, it's moments.
I love watching the trailer.
YSTV's coverage of Roses won Best Coverage at the Student Media
And
Awards.
let's not talk about it too much. We're going to get onto that a bit more later.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not just those, not just that big event. We've had a number of events this year. even a national one.
Ooh, what was that?
So we went to the national swimming conference.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at what happened when we were there.
We don't have that one. Audio issues.
There
I
were
think.
two.
Oh, yeah.
For those who don't know, student television, I'm sure there's a lot of people who tuned in just to learn about student television.
What's a television?
Yeah. There's lots of them all around the country, a large number. A
lot of
plethora,
television.
you might say.
A lot of televisions
We're on a
around.
license for that.
And to make that, then we all like to fight it out, who's the best.
It's not how we fight. We don't fight.
Not the television, this is the student team.
I think we should fight. Have you not seen our MAA fight that country?
This is actually a piece of content I want to
Yes, we said.
Sorry, you're the. I don't know what you said.
Anyway,
Whatever it was wrong.
basically, there's lots of student TVs. They all fight it out, but not physical fights, unfortunately.
Mental.
There was actually, and then they all come together at this conference called NASTA, National Student Television
Association / Awards.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, a conference, and there was 2 this year, not just 1, but 2, because COVID. In case you didn't know what COVID was. Let's not talk about the first one because I wasn't there. The second one.
It was better.
Whoa! Yeah, because we were working the second one. Yeah.
I was at the second one because it was held in York by YSTV.
Yes.
With TechSoc. With TechSoc.
Yeah, and TechSoc. Great collaboration. Now maybe the host officer should give a few words. How was NASA?
It was a great weekend. I delegated so much work and I had a lovely time. Lots of people were stressed. Very rarely was it me. So it was great. It was fantastic.
On the other end of it, the person who was delegated work by Joe was hell. It was alright. I had a very long week, working 10 to 9 every day for about a week solid.
It was quite a stressful time, but it was fun.
It was an amazing actual event.
Yeah, we had a great bin bag studio. That was lovely. That was a highlight for me.
Time warp at the end.
Bin bag studio. So they designed the studio using bin bags.
Yeah, that was the set dressing. Because we used all the money. Matt the budget, the Ward Perkins. And we
got to get his
budgeting.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Hope you're watching.
I missed that bin bag studio. I better go look back at it.
Yeah,
I've not actually done that. I should maybe do that.
Well, can you please? We need
Yeah.
reviews.
It's
It's all on our channel. What else highlights have we had this year?
Not many.
No, don't say that.
Well, we just spoke up. I can't do it. We spoke about Matt, the budget, the Ward Perkins, our ex-head of sport. We've had a lot of sport.
College sport.
Fight night.
Frisbees.
Frisbee board. We had the biggest ever indoor frisbee stream.
Hang on. Oh, Joe Radford's gone to get what I assume is going to be a prop.
I know what it is going to be.
Hey!
I designed this,
Oh, very good. I think, from what I've heard as well, the sport coverage that you've done has been really appreciated by the sporting communities themselves as well. How does it feel to be, having an impact on people like that?
It feels great to be liked for once.
We like to be liked.
It also create a lot of connections, especially boxing and stuff, because we've done so much with them.
The boxing summer bar, my favourite stuff we've done this year. I'm just trying to look back through what else we've got. Lots of little things, mainly sport. We've had a lot of entertainment happen this year as well.
Christmas, that was
Christmas
live stream.
Yeah, Christmas live stream, that was good. A lot of YSTV tries.
And you guys banana bread live.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
20
Go back
minutes.
and check
We
that.
made banana bread without baking it, which is kind of the key point of making banana bread.
We did bake it live on air. We had the keto moment.
Oh, this one we made earlier, of course.
I think Will, you might have also missed that live stream.
Yeah, we went
Clearly,
on
what
the
you
original
find out
song.
here, Will needs to watch more YSTV.
Yeah.
I love the Christmas live stream.
What's your favourite bit?
The start.
It was actually quite
It was
good.
great.
What was your least favourite bit?
I love the audio on it. I thought it was fantastic. Did it go well?
We're going to talk about
Yeah.
what was the video quality?
Or the
Yo-yo.
Oh, the yo-yo.
The yo-yo.
That was amazing. That was
And
absolutely
What was
an original song as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dance tutorials.
Oh yeah.
Rohan planning a set.
Yeah. That was good.
I pretended to be the queen.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That just happens every so often anyway, so I just kind of merged into the
I
background.
think what we're learning is it's been busy.
It has
Very
been
busy.
How do you
keep
going?
Yeah, elections is another big thing. I know elections. I mean, that was a big big one.
I saw that one actually.
Did you? Really?
I watched that on the train. I had to like YouTube.
Yeah.
I was YouTube moderator.
I was trying to not go too much. We've also had a lot of factual content. It's been alright. I'm just not tooting my own horn. But,
well, you have indeed.
Yeah. Commercial. It's a good commercial.
Our fabulous floor op. What's it called? Floor manager. Kira. Kira's looking at us going, are you going to mention me? Kira's been doing some great work with the commercial team.
There's some great admin work done.
We've talked about you.
Admin getting people keeping.
That's right.
There's some great marketing.
I've done that a lot this year.
Yeah. It was not even been that far. But we've done lots. We've got lots, and we're going to be speaking to these guys a little bit later about some of their highlights. But that would be great to speak to you later about your life.
Are you guys going to stick around?
Yeah. But you know what? Going back, I do think one of the best things we've ever done this year is entertainment. It's been a lot of fun. We've got lots of series coming up, which we can continue into the next year. And Max, why don't you tell us one of your favourites this year?
Oh, so one of our original shows we created this year has been a show that I think tonight's stream could have passed as an episode. It's How Not to Do It.
What a mean thing to say.
Yeah.
What a series. I think we should have a look at it.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the first edition of a brand new show here in the YSTV studio. It's called How Not to Do It, and joining me today is Tom.
Hello, good evening.
How's it going, Tom?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Let's build it in approximately.
Merry Christmas, have a happy new year.
Fun white tea.
Oh, you grabbed the tape. To sellotape. I got put up. Should we see it? Yeah. So you can do one foldable. Yeah. As the shadows cross your mind, what it takes to come out. It's going pretty well done. Bam, 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 bam. You don't see this bit? No. It's the way I feel. Wow. It's a bit pitchy. Yeah, that does tend to happen. That's on me. So. Yeah, sure. So overall, Banana Person, how would you say we've done?
I'm Max.
Yeah, I'm Tom.
And we've probably already established that. So we're going to...
YSTV, showing us how not to do it there. Max Roach, that's your idea. Tell me, how did you do it?
By not doing it very well. So the premise of the show was I'd get someone else. Very hard as a producer of the show, because if I was going to be on it myself, I couldn't know what the task was, which is the point of the show. Meaning that I couldn't know what the show was about, but I had to plan all around it.
Right.
So a bit of a brain twist to that one, but just had to get someone to give myself and my fabulous. I point as if he was here. He's not, unfortunately.
He's not. He's with us in spirit.
He's with us in spirit, Tom. My fabulous co-host, Tom. It was his first YSTV production. Now he's our head of sport. Great journey has been on, bless him. Little boy Tom.
He's learned how to use cameras this week.
Learned how to use cameras this week.
He learned how to turn them on. He was struggling a bit.
He's got his badge for tying knots at Scouts as well.
He did. He's doing really well for himself, bless him.
Little boy Scout Tom.
Can't wait to see how far he goes.
Yeah, the sky's the limit with that boy. So me and Tom, positioned here. We just off camera. You can't see.
He's very shy.
Hi Tom.
He's actually just really small.
He thought I was small. So
zoom in, can we? No.
No. Me and Tom, we would try and do something and fail usually. And the first two episodes were live, and then we realised that's a terrible idea, and then we changed it to as live so we could edit it. I mean, we also did a Christmas special for the Christmas live stream, as we mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Really fun show. We had some great episodes, and we're also filming the 5th episode next week, which is good. I can't spoil it, otherwise I think my mother might be watching.
Oh no, don't. Yeah, you can't.
Can't spoil that because it would ruin everything. But yeah, it was a highlight of my year. We submitted it to NASTA, which is what we mentioned earlier. It got silver. It was which is second place. So really great work from the whole team that works on it. Really great work from all around, from the assistant producer Sarah, who did most of the episodes, of Sam, a lot of appearances by Banana Boy. And it was just all around. I think that was one of my first shows I brought into the studio, obviously coming from COVID. It was great because it was like kind of all my baby. And we did have some episodes that were pretty dire, but I think that kind of fits the vibe of the show.
No, definitely. I think you summarised pretty much everything there. I mean, was there any other studio shows you've had in the works recently?
So when organising NASTA, one of my jobs was I wanted to bring something different to it each year, and I thought, we're student television, we should be doing student television at the Student Television Conference. Go figure. So
you would think, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. And so I thought, it'd be great if we did the game show the morning after NASTA and call it the morning after show, which was just a whirlwind of fun, a nightmare. An OB the morning after the biggest awards night in student television of the year.
There was an after party as well.
Yeah.
So getting
Time
people
warp at
on the...
Courtyard.
Oh yeah, we love a bit of time warp here. But yeah, so having to try and get people to be on it.
Awful. Terrible. We found all our guests the morning of, one of which was already drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
That was great.
That's a typical
Who was that?
I watched some guy from Nottingham, bless him. He did a great job. He had a great night. But,
Well, to be fair, Nottingham, the Trent, did get a lot of mentions in that show.
They did.
I would say I was in the live audience for that, and I was watching it thinking, that was a fantastic idea to do. I mean, you want to make some great student television, why not do it when you got all the people who love student TV in the same room together? And you had the real studio audience.
Yeah, I could say we had a live studio audience. Even though half the audience weren't there, it felt like we had, behind the cameras, we had people participating.
Yeah, the audience who were there.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like we could have had so many more. But hopefully this year, thank God, happy to hear that Ravensbourne Creative Capital have continued the tradition. They're having a Family Fortune style show the morning after NASTA. I'm sure I'm going to be there front row trying to get on.
You'll be trying to get some airtime.
Get on the airtime, get some YSTV mention, but definitely going to be there. So make sure you tune into their morning after show, whatever they decide to call it. But
I wonder if they'll have the sound effect for Family Fortunes.
That would be interesting.
Can you do it?
I don't know.
What's it when it's right? It's like ding.
It just sounds like a ding, I think.
It just sounds like you meowed.
Ding.
Wow.
Well, speaking of losing.
That's pretty.
Wait, what were we talking about losing? Oh yeah, we went.
No, well, just the sound effect.
Yeah.
Wow, you're good at this. You should do radio.
It's making me think of
He's linked. You should do media work.
making our thing.
Right, can I give you? Sorry, very quickly. Can I give you two things to link?
Yeah.
And you have to see. Okay. Can you link me?
Oh, nice.
Right, it's a little game. Sorry, I'm taking over the interview. Can you link bananas to rhinos?
Oh, interesting one.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
This is amazing.
So Max, I'm aware you're a big fan of bananas, aren't you?
Of course.
Yeah, bananas. You got like a banana outfit kind of thing. And there was a great VT at the NASTA, which concluded in a banana running into the studio. Is that right?
Yeah, that's how NASTA ended. Yeah.
That was how it ended. Yeah. And I was just thinking, what if that had been a rhino? See, that wasn't fantastic. Imagine a real life rhino. Matt, the budget that bought the Perkins. If only he'd thought to budget for a rhino.
It would have been.
That would have been catastrophic, Will.
That would
have been good. Anyway, where I was going with that link before it was interrupted was Roses 2022, which York did not win. But
sadly,
I think we can safely say.
I mean, we were all worked on it. We all had a great time.
We had a great time, and our student media definitely.
We had our win. I'd say student media won that year.
I always say this: if student media counted for points, we'd be up there.
No, 100%,
I don't mind saying that.
100%. I think we had our best year.
Pretty weird if we lost a stream.
Well,
in terms of points, but
I
mean, a lot of
imagine if we were the reason we lost. Imagine what the sport people would do to us then.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
I felt really bad because they were also upset. They were like, "Oh, we lost," and we were like,
"We did well." Well, we did do well, so it's worth reflecting on. Here it is.
Nah. It's going to be a chill one for me. Got some catching up to do. Actually kind of glad nothing's going on for once.
What do you mean nothing's going on? It's roses.
What's roses?
Like the flower.
The flower? You need schooling. The War of the Roses, 22nd of May 1455 to the 16th of June 1487, was a war fought between the royal houses of York and Lancaster. Let me dumb this down for you. Two old dudes did not like each other. Big fight, loads of dead. York won then and we're gonna win again.
How does this relate to sport?
Yeah, we don't have to kill each other again, do we?
Well, the epic battle continues to this day, but this time it's all about sports, when the York Whites take on the Lancaster Reds in the biggest varsity event of all of Europe. And it's this weekend.
Roses is a way for us to represent our university by playing the sport we love.
Roses is a time to shine in the spotlight, whether that be in person or online.
Whether it's on our screens using a joystick,
on the pitch using our hockey sticks.
From rugby, football, badminton, basketball, and even ultimate frisbee.
What's ultimate frisbee?
It doesn't matter because we're all Team York and we're gonna be cheering whatever sport it is. So come join us in Lancaster for a fun week of excitement and roses. But we have to get there first. Are you coming with us?
And we're back, and like we were just saying about how spectacular Roses was, one person who might know a little bit about it is you.
Hello.
We've never met. Who are you?
I mean, I introduced myself earlier, so that's
But
quite
I've
rude.
forgotten.
Okay.
I remembered you.
Yes. Well, thank you, Will. Yes, I'm Joe, formerly YTV Station Director. I forgot to mention also, I'm now NASTA's Secretary.
Oh,
So there you go.
nice one.
Yay.
What does that mean?
I'm going to have to start taking minutes soon.
Cool.
It also means I get to rummage around in NASTA's archive and learn about all the past, and that'll be fun.
Do you do lots of minuting?
I haven't done up until ever, because
Yeah.
I was always being the person who was minuted.
Yeah, I was just thinking, my time as
Lots
student
of
media, I've not been minuting at all. It's always the other
I
person
did
writing.
once in first year, actually. I filled in for Carolyn, who was the secretary at the time, when she was late or something, so I had to minute. But
This
that was
is
the only
probably
time.
quite a boring conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, shall we move on?
We can change it, yeah.
Yeah, so the other thing, which I was going to say I did, when I remembered I'm the secretary now, is I was the Roses lead for YSTV. So
What did that mean?
it meant that I had to kind of put together the kind of the main team who worked on YSTV's side of the coverage for Roses, kind of putting people in roles where I thought they'd work best, and then generally kind of overseeing everything. So making sure that all of the planning went as well as could be, and then on the weekend kind of doing lots of running around, shouting at people when people needed shouting at, and offering words of encouragement where that was also necessary, and just generally...
Did you shout any words of encouragement?
Probably. It was pretty manic.
I mean, the thing about you, Joe, is you're as director, as the person in charge of the station, you very much are still hands-on.
Yeah.
And that was in on full show at Roses. Like, you describe yourself as being in charge of everybody else, but like on the first afternoon where we were all there setting up, I remember you very much running around trying to get everything into place.
I will firmly say, I think student media do more sports during Roses weekend because there is so much running around.
I did, I think, on average 35,000 steps a day, if not more. I did a ridiculous number.
Especially because the lift broke, so there was a lot
up
of
and
steps.
downstairs. And yeah, I think we don't get. I think we should get like medals or whatever they give the teams at Roses.
Did they get medals?
I don't know.
We should really know that.
I don't think they do give them medals.
I surely would have filmed that.
Yeah, well, they got a trophy at the end, Lancaster, I suppose. Well, I suppose we got a trophy, kind of.
They
in the
have
end,
colours. They have colours.
Apparently, they give them colours.
Colours.
What does that mean?
Colour ball.
Colours?
Yeah, colour ball.
Oh, it's like a thing. It's like on your name. It's like part of your
your it's like your credits.
Basically, as you can tell, there's
Like
not
an
a big
OBE.
crossover between student media and sport, except
But
at
we
Roses.
definitely do more sport and earn more points at Roses.
That's what we're saying.
We
We're
do,
not
we do a lot
starting
of
feud.
running around. I
Yeah.
think
A
I
lot of
was
running around.
as active, if not more active, than most of the sports.
That was the most
Oh, I
active
completely
weekend
agree.
of my life.
I've never ran that much.
I think
ever.
the other thing is people don't realise we weren't just there for the 3 days.
Oh,
I was
no,
there the
no,
day
no.
before and the day after. So
So was
had
I.
5 days sleeping on a floor, apart from my last night where I got to sleep in Liv's bed. That was lovely.
I
but
had
yeah.
to sleep on the floor.
No,
Nice.
it was a great weekend.
Yeah, and what did you enjoy most about it?
Ooh. So the thing that I really love about student media is the chaos. You know, when everything's going a little bit wrong.
I don't know what you mean.
No, I've
Well,
never
you know,
experienced that.
It's kind of settled down now this evening, but we had a few moments like that earlier. But it's great being in the midst of just, you know, so much happening, and everyone's doing their bit, and everyone's pulling their own weight, and seeing this team of fantastic individuals come together to be a team. You know, it's kind of the thing of the sum of the parts being greater than kind of the individual bits in total, whatever.
Mhm.
There's a saying in there. Which
We
I
know what you
forgot.
mean.
We know, we know.
And it's that you don't get that more than at Roses. And you know, when there's a stream gone down there and so-and-so's they've got an issue over there, and you're kind of going, right, you go that, you do this, we do that, and everyone at the same time is in this perfect kind of that everyone's synced up, you know, doing their bit, and then it all comes together and you have that moment of, wow, we made this incredible thing happen.
Do you think you'll miss it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd like to keep doing stuff similar, but I mean, there's nothing quite like that, you know,
No.
because we were volunteers who volunteers for 5 days to do more steps than they normally do in a week. you
Yeah.
know.
To be fair, it's not even 5 days. If you think about all of the planning beforehand.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's
a
we
full-time
started
job.
planning before Christmas this year, or last year rather, I guess. So yeah, almost 6 months in the planning, and then very intense. I mean, I was writing my dissertation up until I submitted it the week before Roses. So the entire time that we were doing the bulk of the planning, I was kind of switching between laptop tabs of, you know, reading about obscure German history, and then also, you know, looking at 10 million spreadsheets and making sure that we've not missed something, or someone's not in more than one place at once, or whatever it was that day that was the issue.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe, you've been station director now
Mhm.
for 2 years, let's
Yeah.
say. What is the best moment from those 2 years?
Ooh.
Or what's your proudest achievement?
I don't think I can think of a time when I was prouder than when we first showed the Ann Lister documentary in Halifax. We previewed it because it wasn't technically a premiere because we had that this week, but we previewed it to a room of 300 international Ann Lister fans who had travelled from around the globe to come and celebrate Ann Lister's birthday for a week in Halifax, which was a surreal thing to be at in and of itself. But then to, you know, sit at the front of that room and look at 300 people, you know, who have just watched something that we made and loved it, and then, you know, I worked on it, but it was Liv.
It was Meg.
And it was Liv, who had kind of been the brains behind it, and seeing all of their hard work come to fruition for them. You know, when you know, I'd been kind of with them every step of the way, kind of trying to help their vision come to fruition. That was probably the thing that made me proudest, seeing them do that incredible thing. Because, you know, I can feel proud for myself, and I do sometimes, but that, you know, it's feeling that for someone else, I think, is the thing that I didn't expect for me to be the proudest of, but probably that.
What's it like hearing Joe say that then, Meg?
Well, I don't really. It's nice, isn't it? It's a bit surreal. I mean, I'm exactly the same. We'll talk about it a bit more later. And you know, I've said many a time before that me and Liv started and we didn't know anything, and then Joe was kind of the one that really helped us and geared us the way. And then the summer, irony there. I know the mic. Yep. There's some sort. I've not learned everything clearly, and we started. Me and Liv were just freshers, and then Joe, helped us very much with Anne Lister, and now we've taken Joe's job and all of that. But
Stolen it.
yeah, I stole
Pried it from my cold dead
from
hands.
their bare hands.
Well, this was a question I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Joe, and I know it's awkward with Meg sitting here.
I'll pretend not
But,
to be it.
but how do you feel putting this TV station into the hands of Meg and Liv?
Well, this is the thing. It's putting it in the hands of them, but it's not just them. There is a committee of, how many have we got actually on it? I think it's 22 now.
Yeah.
22 people on committee who have my complete and total faith. It's not. I don't think it's an easy thing to have come out of, COVID, and then have had the year we've had, and then finish it with a full committee, which I think is fantastic. So I'm feeling confident that there is, a good enough kind of foundation there. But then also I've had the pleasure of working with all of those 22 people for the last year, and we wouldn't have had the success we had without them. And so I have every confidence that they're going to do, not only as good as us this year, but even better. Even better.
Right. Well, let us then have a look at some highlights. The making of the Anne Lister documentary. Is that what we're watching?
No, that's not what we're
What are we going to watch?
Well, this is why I should have done the link. We had a perfect link, and then you just steered off. We actually did premiere.
I enjoyed where you went.
I mean, I liked it. It was good content.
Thank
Will.
you.
You seem quite strucken. Anyway, we're talking about Anne Lister, and we did premiere it. A little screening at Halifax, but we premiered it properly this week, a couple of days ago, in York, which is now Watch Now. And let's have a look at how the premiere went.
We're here tonight at the Anne Lister College on Campus East, ready to watch the new documentary Fit for Another World, The Legacy of Anne Lister, made by YSTV. It's going to be a really exciting night as we head over to the Holbeck Cinema soon. But first, let's chat to some Anne Lister superfans and the creators of the documentary to see what they have to say about the film.
Very excited. I have seen it once or twice. I helped with the edit process, but it's great to be here at long last, showing it to the world. I'm very excited for everyone else to see it, to be honest.
Kind of watched Gentleman Jack, and hopefully I'll learn a little bit more watching the doc. But yeah, not really much before this, but then there's so much interesting stuff to talk about with it.
I was at an event to mark the launch of the college back, it was last year sometime, and it was great how excited everybody involved with that event were in terms of anticipating that this documentary was getting made. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what they've come up with.
But no, it's been really good. I've learnt so much, both about Anne Lister and about how to make, because this was the first proper film I've ever made. So hopefully, if people like it, that's a bonus. But yeah, I learnt so much. It's been great. Yeah.
So I'd kind of done a bit of my research. In fact, a couple of the historians that we interviewed, I'd read some of their works, so that was quite cool to get to actually kind of quiz them one-to-one, because that's something you, as a history student, that's not something you normally get to do. Actually, speak to the historians whose work you've engaged with. So I knew a fair bit, but it's fair to say now that I've become an Anne Lister expert.
So is that what attracted you to want to make the documentary?
Honestly, I was the person who was free on the day they were starting shooting, and then I just ended up being on pretty much every shoot since.
That was a really great documentary. I learned so much about Anne Lister. If you haven't seen it already, it's on the channel now, so give it a watch and hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's not. And we're back! So that was how the premiere went. It was very exciting, very exciting.
Very exciting. And our next guests in the studio, the people behind the making of the Anne Lister document. Meg.
Oh.
Yeah. Meg's got to go and sit on the guest sofa now. Meg, will your microphone reach, do you think?
No, I will share. We share a lot. We share things.
We didn't think about the microphone. For
Yeah, we share everything.
Okay, right. Oh, isn't that lovely? Liv, you've just walked into the studio with a massive smile on your face. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. It's been a great year for YSTV as a whole. But obviously the Anne Lister documentary has been a massive part of that. And like Meg said, yeah, we started it out as freshers. And
and it was a massive whirlwind. It all happened by complete accident. It wasn't meant to. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be a 40-minute thing. It was meant to be like a little report.
Yeah, so
if you want to tell the story about how we came up with that.
Yeah, I mean, like, the little report that you just saw, like, pretty much that's what we thought Anne Lister, the documentary, was going to be. We were a bit wrong, because we're here 18 months later, and it's just...
a 40-minute documentary.
Yeah, we thought it would be, like, 5 minutes. Basically, to summarise the quick story, we were in Liv's room, so we never met each other before. Not before Anne Lister, we had met. But we lived together, and then we both joined YSTV, and then we were in a production meeting where I was sat on Liv's shower seat because we didn't have enough seats in the house. It was a whole thing. And we were like, oh, I saw that they were announcing the Anne Lister College. And Liv has a massive crush on Saran Jones.
I haven't met Saran Jones yet, and I'd really like to. So if you're watching, Saran, hi.
Yeah, and I went, oh, Liv, they're naming that college after that woman you fancy from that period drama you keep telling me to watch. And Liv went, yeah. And I went, we should do a report on that, maybe, content. And she went, yeah. And now we're here. And, you know, there's a whole whirlwind of stories of, like, you know, Diva magazine just happened to follow Liv on Twitter. They put us in touch with Ann Choma. We were in a Zoom meeting, and then we got a message 2 minutes before being like, can Sally Wainwright just pop in? And we were like, yes, of course. And, you know, we wanted this, you know, it was meant to come out many a time.
I'll tell the story about that. It was meant to come out in September as the college opened, in the sense that we were initially hoping it was going to be like a 10-minute kind of like extended report. No. And then we wrapped it in the December. Yeah. It was meant to come out in the February. It didn't. It is in print in a magazine that is coming out in the March. It was then going to come out in April potentially, and here we are in June.
Did it come out, was it yesterday? No.
Wednesday.
2 days ago.
Wednesday.
Yes.
And you had a premiere on Wednesday. We talked about the fact there'd been the preview, but this was the big premiere. How did that go?
That went really well. It was just like a smaller event, but we had a lovely reception at the Anne Lister College in the hub. We had some drinks and some snacks there, organised by everyone at Anne Lister College, which was lovely. And then we held the screening in the TFDI department, and then it was well received again, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy that it's out now. Like, I mean, Joe mentioned, I don't know if Joe mentioned it earlier or they've mentioned it at some point about, like, you know, I've seen it many a time. We've seen it too many times.
I've seen it about 20 times in the kind of, it's like the day leading up to it. We watched it about 3 times when I was in London.
No, it was at least 6.
At least 6.
We watched it together on FaceTime many a time. And basically, you know, we can quote the whole thing, the whole 42 minutes. And we do. And it is quite embarrassing that we quote our own stuff. But
again today.
That's Liv's favourite line. But the premiere was amazing, and people, just the reception so far has just been something like we couldn't expect. Like, it's so weird people having watched it. I think last time I checked, like 1.5k people had watched it, and I'm like, but that's like our little baby that no one else except Joe has watched, and like now everyone's watching it, and everyone keeps asking about it, and I'm like, that's so weird, isn't it?
It is kind of a like, and now what? But I think it's kind of good. Obviously now we're station director, like we're kind of onto the next thing. Yeah.
So, can we try and go back? So, I haven't quite got past the shower seats, but maybe that's a conversation for another time.
We can talk about the shower seat if you want.
You were there and you were doing that, and then you were.
Shower seat.
You were. So, where was I going with this? What was the first call you made or the first message you sent?
So I can't remember how it came up. It was Diva, but it's like I messaged the publisher Linda Riley on Twitter, and I said, hey, like I needed like a lot of coverage, if you could help us, on Gentleman Jack, sorry, which is a show that obviously is Anne Lister's life. And then within about 20 minutes after I sent the message, she kind of replied and was like, here's our editor at the time, Carrie, who then puts in touch with Anne, and then from Ann Choma. Not Anne Lister herself, she resurrected for this. But it all kind of spiraled out of there. Then, like, every person we've met, we've been given another person and it's been like a domino effect, but like a really nice one. So it's been lovely.
I think the highlight, there's a lot of highlights of the documentary, and but I think I spoke about some of it in the report. But I think one of the highlights is just I never realised how big of a community there is behind Anne Lister. Like, we had no idea, like, what we were getting ourselves in for. Like, there is such a huge fan base, and everyone is so lovely, and there's so much work that goes into everything that goes on with her, that is kind of what I think we found out more. Like, yeah, we learned about Anne Lister, yeah, we learned about, stuff, like, about her life and her connections to York, but finding out about this huge community behind it and all the work they do, and, like, that was one of the highlights for me anyway.
I think as well, like, it's like when you watch people make these kind of documentaries, I never anticipate how much it means making something to like a lot of people, and then obviously at Halifax, like Joe said, having that reception, having people coming up to us asking for like pictures, and like asking us about the process, and yeah, it's something you can never kind of you go right, yeah, of course you're right, and then but I mean, like it's true, isn't it? It's great having made something that actually means something to a lot of people. And it's, yeah, I can't put it into words yet, but it's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you clearly are both really sort of touched yourselves by the impact this is having on this community. What do you think's next? Do you think you're both going to be, are you both celebrities in the Anne Lister sort of world now, in the community?
I had someone come up to us, and they were like, up to me, and they were like, "Oh, we've seen this, haven't we?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Oh, I recognised you anyway." And I was like,
"Yeah,
okay."
My favourite.
Off Twitter as well.
Someone at Halifax, a funny story. So I was trying to go to the toilet, and we were being like, I'm not telling that story. It's a different one. Was running to the toilet because I kept trying to leave because there was a gap between us and then the BBC were premiering a documentary as well. Just dropped another name, and I kept trying to leave, like in the gap, but people kept stopping us, and it was like I need a wee, and then this woman ran up to me, like, no, I went to go in the toilet, and she went, "You were the one on there," and I was like, "Yeah," and then she went, "Oh, and you were with Liv?" And I was like, "Yeah," and then she was like, "Oh yeah, I like seen Liv on Twitter, I've been messaging her, I've been replying to her tweets," and I'm like, yeah, shout out, and it's like, it's just crazy. It's like, Liv? It's just,
How many followers have you got on Twitter, Liv?
I feel like 300 and something like that. It's not like massive, but obviously when you tweet about, if you hashtag Anne Lister, you immediately get like, I might call the Brazilian fans, or Anne Lister Brazil, Anne Lister.
That was a crazy moment. Our first day of shooting, that was a crazy day. Like, I fainted. It was a whole thing, and we were just running around. And Lister passed through me. But it was a crazy day. That our first day of shooting, Liv posted a picture on Instagram, I think, and Gentleman Jack fans Brazil reposted us, and we were like, Brazil, and they were like, "Oh my God, when's this coming out?" All this stuff about it. We're like some little tiny student television in York, and Brazil are like asking after us. It was really weird.
I mean, it's crazy, yeah.
Right, wow. I mean, it's so exciting. And the impact that it's had, I think you both clearly understand that and are excited about it. Do you think you'll keep checking in on Anne Lister? Will it be something you
definitely. Like, I was emailing the people that are in it, like, obviously, like, Anne Choban, like we talked about earlier, and, like, everyone else, and I was thinking, I might not, like, speak to them, again, as much, but, like, everyone's been, I'll keep in contact, and... Yeah, no, I think, definitely. I mean, it's a massive part of kind of, not only our uni experience, but I think it'll kind of, it's got a long kind of half-life, and I think it'll kind of...
So do either of you keep a diary yourself?
I tried, actually, because I tried, and then it got a bit existentially, because I think I went more into, like, a journal, and I was like, no, not for me. Also, I've not got the attention span to do it, so...
I mean, I personally, no, I could never. Like, no one needs, like, I don't know what I would write in it. It would just be I couldn't start a journal. Like, I'd just be, like, reading through it and be like, someone needs to give you some advice. Someone needs to give you something. Like, what is going on there?
But I think one thing here's my favourite fact about Anne Lister. And I know you haven't asked yet.
What's your favourite fact about Anne Lister?
Thank you so much for asking. Oh my God. So basically, we only found this out after it had all been finished, like Like, and this was heading up to the Alice the Birthday Week conference.
I apologise in advance for watching
Meg's not a
And
fan of this.
basically, a person called Janet had told us and was like, have you heard about the locket story? And I said, no, tell us what the lock is. So apparently, after each of her lovers, Anne Lister would take a portion of their pubic hair and put them in a locket, and she's got 9 of them. And I was
This
like,
Janet person's got 9 of them.
no, Anne Lister's
Oh,
got
oh,
no.
right.
Janet's not got.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Janet's not got the pubes, but Anne Lister kept some pubes in lockets.
That's fascinating.
Isn't that great?
Interesting.
And why isn't that in the documentary? I'm very.
That's a question for you to answer.
That's what I was asking.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, both. I think it's safe to say that if you want to know how to make a documentary about Anne Lister, you go to meganlive.com. But at YSTV, we prefer to go and ask people who don't know the answers to the questions. So, for unsolicited advice, this is unsolicited advice.
Hello everyone, it is a kind of wet, kind of rainy, kind of miserable day. A beautiful symbol of pathetic fallacy for those of us in the midst of exams. And I think it's the perfect kind of day to get some purely unsolicited advice for you, the people that just did not ask for it. We're in Vanbrugh dining. Let's go ask some questions. Hi.
Oh my gosh, hey.
Do you have any unsolicited advice for people doing exams right now?
Okay, well, I think that you should always just try to stay calm and be yourself.
You need the confidence. Confidence can get you places. Go to the library because you can't cry in there.
Unsolicited advice, thank you. Hi, I'm Kira. Do you have any advice for people about exams in general? Bear in mind they haven't asked.
Oh, get enough sleep.
I missed it.
Completely
I
out.
missed it. It said take regular breaks, guys. The university, Big Brother is telling you to take breaks, and it's watching. Hello.
How is this happening?
Yes.
Do you want my advice? on
No.
exams?
Excuse myself. I believe this one has something to tell us. Is that Longboy? Oh my god, it's Longboy. Hi.
Do you have advice?
Imagine doing exams could not be me.
Imagine doing a real degree.
Did you have advice, Longboy? Anything else? You heard it from Longboy himself. We're doing another restaurant. This is the Galleria restaurant on campus. Let's go again. Hi, we've never met before, but do you have any advice on exams maybe for people?
If it's a 24-hour exam, just don't even revise.
Drink tea. That's it, just don't drink tea
As much as physically possible.
Yes.
Well, I would say that you should stick post-it notes everywhere and just go through them and look at them every day.
Revise throughout the year.
No one ever revises properly.
No, I know. I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all turned out well in the end. I think we're done. We've had a lot of advice from very many reliable sources, I think. And no one asked me for my advice, but that's kind of the point. So I'm going to give it anyway. Take a course that doesn't have exams. That's what I did, and it was great. Definitely 10,000 times easier than any other course. Tee-hee. Let's go get some tea. Bye. Like and subscribe and comment to this video, and you have a chance to win 2 Summer Ball tickets so that you and a mate can come to Summer Ball for free. Hello and welcome to YSTV Does Unsolicited Advice. My name's Kira and I'm here to give more advice on things that you just didn't ask for. Hey, what's your name?
Hello, I'm William.
It's nice to meet you all. We've never met before.
No, never.
What is one piece of advice that you would give to someone trying to win a quiz? Bear in mind they haven't asked.
Oh, see, it's always that caveat on the end. I don't really know what that means. Advice for somebody about to play a quiz.
They haven't asked.
Take your time.
Take notes, guys.
Also,
Yeah.
I think part of this might be to try and get in with the correct answer first. So, we're going to play a quiz. It's the Big Fat YSTV Quiz of the Year. I'm your host, William King. That's my trying to Jimmy Carr laugh, but it didn't really go well. I've lost my voice a
I
bit.
just thought you were having some kind of...
Is anyone else doing that?
Sorry.
Kira, get on the floor, you've not been
Oh
picked
yes,
yet.
yeah. So what we're doing, Meg's going to play this one.
Yeah.
So Meg and Liv are our team captains as the station directors, and we've got Kira, Beth, Joe, and John to play on the teams. So first we've got to pick the teams before we get into the quiz. Who's going first? We're going to do a rock paper scissors.
We're going to fight. I have been trying to get YSTV does fight night, and me and Liv have a fight every meeting, and everybody's
You just want to have a fight, don't you?
I just want to punch Liv.
You've got the cameras.
Anyway.
We can do that. Anyway.
Rock paper scissors. Rock paper scissors.
Right, anyway.
1, 2, 3, go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot, fire.
I think Liv wins. Liv wins, right, okay. Liv, who are you having on your team first?
Beth.
Okay, Liv's gone for Beth first. Okay, Meg, who are you having?
Kira.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Meg's having Kira. Okay, Liv, who are you having? Is it going to be Joe or John?
Joe.
Huh? Who are you having?
Joe. I like
Joe. Joe, there we go.
It was a whole funny bit, Liv.
I want Joe on my team.
That was Meg trying to engineer the situation. And then, so John is on with Meg and
What I'm
Kira.
saying is, you guys better know the history. Because what they've got both of them, and they know a lot. So,
I
you
can
guys
see
are glad to have you on my team.
Any offence taken over there with that from your team captain?
I can see what
I
I'm
take no.
Took me straight back to primary school. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I take no offense because honestly, I'm probably not going to be great at this.
That's because all they talk about is YSTV the whole time. That's all they talk about. So I'm just
No.
like, let's do a
No.
bit where Joe's picked last, and then I can win.
Yeah, because that's the strategy. And I thought, no, I know what your game is. So.
Right, okay.
Guys, we've got to win.
Settle down, children. Okay, so we've got our team captains. This is going to be a little difficult for me because I do actually have a little mental block over which is Meg and which is Liv.
I know.
Right. I'm joking. I know. I've got Liv on my left. Liv on my left.
Put it on the t-shirt.
That's useful. Yeah, Liv on the left, Meg on the right.
Are
Right.
you always live with Liv?
Yeah, we have
Just
to.
like,
No,
in
but
case you get
sometimes
lost.
I
Okay.
wear Liv's hoodie and it gets
So,
confusing.
we have 5 rounds. We've got 3 questions in each round. Okay.
We have buzzers.
You just have to go. You got to honk because it's geese.
Let's do a honk. Each give us your goose honk, please. Starting on my left, Joe. Beth.
Honk.
Honk.
That's a good
I
one.
feel like I was the best.
That's amazing.
We get a point. Yeah.
Right, is somebody keeping score backstage? Can I just check?
Sure.
Yes, great. Okay. So you've got to make your honk. You've got to do your buzzer, and then you have to give the correct answer. If you don't get the correct answer, we're going to the other team. If they can get it, they can have the point. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. We'll just run with that. Apologies, Sarah. I have now read the instructions. That's okay. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. So the first round is called Who Said It? Okay.
Is this from quotes board? Because I'm going to be quite good at this.
Well, there are quotation marks here.
Yeah, it's from Quotes Board.
It's from the quotes board. So the first one is: in the grand scheme of things, this studio is very cold.
Hop.
Meg first.
Liam.
Is correct. 1 team to Team Meg. Okay. The next word I feel very uncomfortable saying in a live broadcast setting. Fuck it, let's make a spreadsheet.
Honk.
Oh, okay, that's Beth.
Cameron.
Correct! Okay, and finally, for this round, quote, Matt, I didn't realise you were a horse girl.
Did you say the answer?
No.
Who said that?
Who said it?
Meg.
Did you think the answer was you?
No, I... No. Oh, it's me, isn't it?
No. Okay, this team, who do you think it was?
Everyone talks about
Matt,
being
I
a
didn't
horse
realise
girl.
you were a horse girl.
We can fire. We can fire.
You're allowed to come forward at this stage.
At this stage.
I think it was Elise.
Well, no,
You say Elise. I think it's Elise. Because
I'm
Mark's
going to go with Elise actor.
Is the correct. Okay, so at the end of round 1, it is 2 points over here and 1 point over here. Okay, excellent stuff. Okay, now we move on. The second round is called Which Production? Okay, so in this one I'm going to give you a description of a production and you just have to tell me what it was called. So, number 1. Liv was a banana boy.
How not to do it?
I think that was
Yeah. It was how not to do it though.
How to do it?
Right, well I'll give him the point to my right.
Sorry.
Yeah, you got a honk. Got a honk. Alright. Kira tried to have.
Oh, honk! This is Rose's 2022 Women's Dance live stream.
Yes!
I
I'm sure because I found that after I was talking about musical before, getting points on Roses. Kira actually competed.
I actually ended up competing in Women's Darts. More.
That's fantastic.
The whole unpublished Vision article that we're all missing.
Yeah, we still want it out. Vision, I know you're
Vision.
Come on,
watching.
Katie.
Katie, I know you're watching. She was complaining about audio earlier. Get the article out.
Guys, we're being told that we can't all talk at one time. Okay? Just saying. Okay, next question. This is the last one of this round. The description is Rohan told many jokes.
Beep, honk,
Yes, go on.
It's one of the comedies.
Well, no, because Rohan tells so many jokes in many things. Because you've got comedy stuff, you've got Christmas live stream. I'm going to go Christmas live stream.
The answer on the card
No, it's a comedy song.
is Christmas Variety Show.
Oh,
It's the same
yeah.
band.
Yeah. Alright,
Have you got the score? These guys are in the lead. Great. Okay, great. Right, okay. We move on to the next round. How do you feel about moving on to the next round, Joe?
Excited.
Hoping to score a point yet?
Loving, hoping.
Yeah,
Loving, hoping, praying, score a point.
Living, laughing, loving.
Thank you, Liv.
Laugh.
Okay, the next round is called Which Term?
No.
Oh, no.
No,
Okay.
I'm not going to be reading the definition of a technical term. What I'm going to do is I'm going to name a production. Well, no, I'm not.
This is tricky,
I'm going to
though.
talk about a thing which happened at YSTV.
Yeah.
And you have to tell me which term it
Oh
was.
god, I can't. This year.
This year. Fingers on buzzers. The first YSTV MMA fight night of this year. Joe.
First term.
No. This side
Must be second.
Yeah, it was second term.
is correct.
Yeah, get
Oh, it was boxing.
Yeah.
The asbestos lady visited the studio.
Honk.
This side.
First term.
Correct. And canvas balloons at Alcuin Kitchen.
Honk.
Yes.
Third term.
Yes. Poor effort, Liv and team.
Balloons.
Yeah.
That was second term.
Alkin Kitchen part of it was third.
So the video wasn't actually
Yeah,
finished
is
until
what it
third term.
said. Okay, the next round. Where was this? What I need to know is a
Why is
location. So it's a location about where the thing was filmed, okay?
Okay.
So, the first question is, Towels sang Elton John.
On
Yes?
Lancaster.
Not the answer on the card. This side?
It seemed it was
Oh,
like
honk.
karaoke.
Master?
No.
No.
Like
What
I
happens?
thought it was Eva.
Alright, we'll give it, you can each have one more go.
Honk.
Yeah?
Viva.
No?
So it's not Eva.
Honk Collections. The Lounge.
No, it was in the studio, which is right here.
Oh, because it was the fucking the social.
Yeah.
Right.
It was the karaoke social. Why did none of us guess
Okay,
that? It was
round
not a
4,
memorable
question 2.
performance. Sorry,
I
Sam.
don't remember that
I
happening.
don't think he did.
Round 4, question 2.
No, he did. He did that one shot.
Okay, round 4, question 2. Pride.
So what round?
Right. Honk. Yeah, York Town Centre. York City Centre.
It's a race course, actually.
Racecourse is the answer on the card.
Whoa! You've got to take a point off.
Can I get an adjudicator's decision on that?
You've got enough points as it is.
The adjudicator says the point goes.
They never would have got that if I didn't say. Goes to Lynn. It doesn't know anything about pride.
Okay, we're going to settle this with what is. Folks, we're going to settle this by asking you what is an alternative term for your racecourse.
What? The summer ball.
Starts with a K. It's the location in your where it is.
Kimlow Hill.
You've got the right answer, it's next. Right, this time. Okay, and finally for this round, yes, we're getting near the end, folks. I promise you. The Leicester Morning After Show. Yes, sir.
Essex Ball!
Yes!
Yeah!
And don't forget, you can watch all of these videos on the YSTV YouTube channel. Okay, Max, no, we've got one more round. Max, can you give us the scores as we stand?
Yeah!
You're just pointing this way.
Meg's winning!
If they win the next sprint, they win.
No.
We 2 points ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not
So you're 2 points ahead.
This next sprint is about 10.
Great.
What? Pointless.
Okay, this side's
If
2
only we
points
had some
ahead.
award-winning sports graphics.
Right. Let's say this one side is 2 points ahead. It improves the jeopardy. Right. Okay. Whose amazing idea was this? Question 1. Bird watching.
Me, honk!
It's Meg.
Max.
Yes. YSTV does Big Brother.
Honk! That was Joe.
Matt the Ward Perkins.
Indeed. For the win.
Nobody's going to be, I feel like nobody's
The final question. Worth 500 points. Whose amazing idea was this? Okay.
I feel like nobody's going to be like.
It's been a great evening. The final question is, whose amazing idea was drunk?
Honk! Bailey Holland!
This team indeed wins the final. They caught the golden stitch and the game ends.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Yeah, go on.
I would like to not thank Meg for this opportunity.
Oh, I won. That's all that matters. Tune in next year.
No,
to see more of Meg win.
I'm sorry. Me and John are graduating. I think we should get the award for this.
Well,
Oh yeah, I made an award.
and I can present it to you now.
Oh, look at that.
Sarah wrote it upside down.
That's alright, and I don't know what a floppy disk really is, to be honest, so you can
It's a
just...
floppy award, which for those non-YSTV members among our viewers tonight, it stands for the love of the people and persons of YSTV.
That is not what it stands for.
People and productions of
I thought it was
YSTV.
programming.
Well,
Who cares?
It's a floppy disk. Get over it. Okay, cool.
Liv, Meg,
Yes.
who should we give the final word to this evening?
Me. So what? And I'm a presenter.
I think maybe, to stop this sort of escalating, let's just let Jo have the final word. As your outgoing station
Yeah,
director.
okay.
Wow, there we go.
Give him a fake mic.
Oh yeah, there you
Thank you. I'd love to present to be speaking as this. Oh wow. The power this gives you,
It's like a reveal
I know,
coursing
right?
through you.
Yeah. It's been a fantastic year here on YSTV. We've got to thank all of our guests here today for popping in. Especially huge thank you to Matt the Beard Johnston, or formerly I suppose Matt the Beard Johnston, for shaving off his beard for charity. If you do want to donate to our wonderful charities that he's raising money for, you can find the link down below. And make sure you also check out the information about becoming a stem cell donor. So I think that's all from us here on YSTV this year.
There's one last thing to do before we end the live stream though.
Yeah.
We've got to turn out the lights.
Oh.
This is it. We're going home.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
See you next year, folks.
Or not.
Just turn the
Just keep waving.